Yeah, good evening guys. I hope you all are doing great. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can design a church program flyer on your Pixellab application for a Holy Communion service. Happy new month to you all, plus a happy weekend. Tomorrow it's Sunday. Right now, without wasting much of your time, let's get started. But as you join, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are still coming across our channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification so you are always informed whenever we bring new content. Without wasting much of your time, let's begin. So we are using just a normal size for this design, and I'm going to delete the default text. Then I go to my background setting to work on my background layers. So right now you will click on from gallery to choose the image that I will be sharing. Like I said, the images I will be using for this design, I will leave it in the link on the video description below, so check it out and grab them. So once you've clicked on your background layer, click from gallery where we're going to pick that particular awesome background, and here it is. Look at what we're going to do. We're going to rotate this, all right, so that we can have something like this. Then we click on this square to make it a perfect square. All right, now you click on the check mark to continue, and after you must have achieved that, then you have to come back now to this other mirror button where you are going to click import. That will permit you now to import this other stock elements for the church program background. So I have with me here a kind of a sky background that I faded using Pixellab. So what we are going to do now is to rotate it a bit, and carefully go to crop, click on this crop, and also rotate it, swap it. I want this light to be casting down, so that is the reason why we are rotating it. And as you can see, everything is well in place. So we're going to rotate it a bit. Then look at what we're going to do. Just going to increase it in size to size it up so nicely, and position it just like so. So after positioning it like this, go to layer and lock it up. Good. Now the next thing that we need to bring is the communion element. Like I said, this is a communion event, a Holy Communion service. So I'm going to reduce the size right now to just about 60, and I position it down here like so. But I want this communion to reflect down here, and because of that, I worked it another communion on Pixellab. The image, I worked it out on Pixellab. So I'm going to crop it, but as I crop it, we are going to use our regular rotate button here to swap it so that we can have a kind of a reflection that would depict as though the image was reflecting from below. So I hope you can see that. Now carefully go to size and reduce the size as well to about 60 also, for the sake of uniformity. Then look at what we are going to do. We are going to reduce the opacity a bit, just to about 80 degrees. Then we bring this much more closer to it, and we can leave it like that. Now you can go to layer and lock it up. So now, after you must have put all of this and you are satisfied with the work, you must have checked through to see that everything is okay. Proceed to go and import the logo for the church. So with me, I have a logo. It's the God's Fountain Ministry International that is organizing this communion event, this Holy Communion service. So with me here, I have their logo. But then what we are going to do is to reduce this logo and use relative position now to place it on the middle of the design page. After achieving that, proceed to your text option. So we are done bringing up all the stock elements for this design. We have brought the logo or the icon of the church. Now we've brought the communion element, and what is left now is just to bring in the necessary text. So that is why we're going to proceed now to text. Click on text, click on new text, double tap, tack, and write Holy Communion Service. Everything should be in capital letters, and as you can see, but then come to color and give it this other red color. Not a perfect red though. So go to your font area, and we are going to use a particular font here called the Nexa Heavy. So we are using the font called Nexa, the Nexa Heavy font. And look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to break this text into 3 lines, and go to your text editing option, go to the alignment and select a middle alignment. After selecting the middle alignment, we can see that the line spacing, the paragraph line spacing between the text is too much. What are we going to do to solve that problem? So we're going to go to line spacing and reduce the line spacing a bit, but before that, let's just make it okay. The size should be okay for us. So minus 25 is okay for that. What you are going to do now is to use your relative position and tack this to the middle, so that we'll have a Holy Communion service. And after putting that to play, go to layer and lock it up. Make sure that all other elements are locked up so that they don't disturb as you go bringing other write-ups. Right now, what we're going to do is to bring in the name of the man of God. So we're going to first of all write width. And after writing width, go to your color and give it a black color. Then go to text, the font area, sorry, and we're going to use a font called the Jacqueline for this. And look at what we're going to do. We're going to reduce the size to just about 35. So we have width. Then go to new text, double tap and write Reverend Emmanuel. So after writing Reverend Emmanuel, what we're going to do is to go to our font. I'm going to use a font called the Rockfordsands Light for that text, but then let's reduce the size. Go back to your color and make it black. So let's leave it at 25. And what you are going to do, look carefully here, make sure that this text falls on the same line as this cup. I want it to fall on the same line. In order to achieve that kind of alignment, we're going to probably shift this text a bit. Probably we shift this one also, and make sure that they respect alignment. So have with Reverend Emmanuel. Now we need to bring in the details, so we are going to go to text and write 630. So these are also other very important details that I believe are very necessary for the program. So give this a black color, but as you give it a black color, go to your font area, and we're going to be searching now for the font that can go for this. Let's start with cabin. All right, let's check that out. Cabin is too obvious, so let's check. Okay, I think we can go with this HK fonts family. So we're going to reduce the size of this to about 40, so I will have 630. Then what we're going to do is to go to new text. Before we go to new text, we can just copy this in order to maintain the same font and write GMT. Then we'll bring it here. And as you can see, what is happening here is we are trying as much as we can to use font and size to expatiate on the principle of hierarchy. So we're going to copy this text now and write Sunday. Then we'll bring it here as well, but then go to your size and step this down to just 30. But as you step it down to 30, go to spacing and try as much to space it out by about 10. Hey guys, as you do that, make sure that you are following your alignment. If you face any difficulties with alignment, you can always use the grid option here for that. Okay, so we have Sunday. We're going to copy this text now, double tap to write. So Sunday will be tomorrow, which is the 3rd. Now you can see the beauty of size. We're making some text smaller and others bigger, so as to emphasize strictly on the principle of hierarchy. So have on Sunday. For now, don't worry about the alignment. When we are done with all the necessary text, we are going to bring in the alignment. So copy this and write December. So guys, at this point we are going to zoom in order to really make sure that we are aligning everything in order. So we are going to zoom in and see which text is not following the principle of alignment. Now you can enable your ruler or the grid to check if alignment is okay. Alright, as you can see, December was already falling out, so we are going to bring it closer. Then what we are going to do now is to zoom out back, so you can always be zooming in and zooming out just to check and be sure that everything is well in place. So copy this other text and write 2023. Okay, everything must be aligned perfectly. So use your position button to do that work. Okay, so as you can see, we've achieved that successfully. But then look at what I'm going to do. I want the text to move a little bit to the right. So that's why I'm going to go now to layer and select everything beginning from 6:30 a.m. and send it a little more. Group it. Do not group, but just move them in groups. Okay, beautiful. So I think here it makes some sense. Now we're going to copy this very text and write live at and look at what we're going to do. We're going to bring it. So at this point still you can enable your grid option once again so that it guides you thoroughly on what you are doing. So we have live at. Now what we're going to do is to copy this text once again and write God's Fountain Ministry International Assembly . Of course this should be in capital letters, but then make it fall into two lines, then you bring it here. Okay, so as we bring it here, we are still going to emphasize on size. Step the size down to 20, and also the size of live art should also be 20 for the sake of maintaining the same hierarchy. Now go to your line spacing. On line spacing, it's very important, and reduce the line spacing to up to about -6. So live at God's Fountain Ministry International Assembly. And where is this assembly actually located? So we're going to copy this text and write the detailed address. It's at so we're going to copy this text, as you can see here, double tap on it, copy it, and write opposite Total Fuel Station. For those of you that live in Bamenda, you might know this address. So it's opposite Total Fuel Station, Mile 2, Quen, Bamenda, Cameroon. So this is the full detailed address of the God's Fountain Ministry International Assembly ground. So it's at the opposite Total Fuel Station, Mile 2, Quen, Bamenda. Okay, so that's the full address, but then we're going to reduce the size of it again down to 15. Basically it appears as though the more we go, the smaller our text become. So use your line spacing, your grid option, which is here. It will guide you on how to align this properly. Hey guys, subscribe to the channel, like the tutorial, and drop your comments. I will be reading your comments. Don't forget to also tell us where exactly you are watching us from at this point in time. So we leave this like so. It's live, so just touching some few alignment issues just to make sure everything is proper. So it's live at the God's Fountain Ministry International Assembly. So this was supposed to be assembly ground. Okay, assembly ground. That's the complete detail of this address. Live at God's Fountain Ministry International Assembly Ground, opposite to Tafwell Station, My 2, Quen, Bamenda, Cameroon. I'm not leaving out our viewers from Nigeria, from Bangladesh and India. Tell us your country where you are watching us from this particular day. Okay, all of our friends from Bamenda, hello, happy new month to you all. Any other elements that we'll need to add? I think not. So everything is well in place. Just check your alignment to make sure that everything is in order. Okay, perfect. All right, good. So everything is well in place, and we can confidently say that we are done with the Holy Communion service church program flyer for God's Fountain Ministry International. I will share the link with the necessary PNG images in the video description below. Please kindly check it out and share your thoughts. But as you go, always remember to save your work using the save button right here. So this is your save button for you to save the work, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Finally, like the tutorial, drop your comments, I will be reading through, and above all, share it with other graphic designers. A happy Sunday to you. Hope to see you in our next tutorial.